Boom.
Boom, you work in the clap department.
I work in the clap department. I've done a lot of claps.
Really?
I've learned a good clap.
You guys clap at NRK?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, of course. Well, not at the radio and stuff, but when you do like multiple camera shoots and stuff, like you have in the studio, then you have to do the clap.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you're a clap veteran.
I'm a clap veteran.
When did you start clap? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I take pride in being the person doing the clap. I like that
That's a
authority
flex.
of the and then if it's too weak of a clap, I always do another one just to establish the clap dominance.
Yeah. How do you do a weak clap?
Well, you kind of miss. So like this, that's a weak clap, and then that's a good clap.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to the hand-eye coordination has to be there.
You know, when I look at the footage of me clapping, I realize I have a goofy clap technique. I keep my fingers open.
Right.
And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So I feel like you need to make like karate chop hands.
I feel yeah, that's a good clap.
Strong clap.
Yeah.
You got a fucking strong clap game, son.
But when I'm applauding, like at a stand-up show, I also do like I do like this. It's a really fucking shitty, stupid clap.
It's a bad habit. Bad clapping habit, man.
I think it comes from jiu-jitsu, that you get like weird fingers.
Really?
From the gi. And then...
Let me see your fingers. Hold them up.
So I have
that one is fucked.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super fucked. So this happened, I was in a mosh pit in Stavanger.
Yeah.
And then I was exiting the mosh pit.
Okay.
And I'm walking out just like, don't touch me. I'm walking. And then a guy walks into my finger and it pops out.
Oh. So,
and then it's standing like this.
Yeah.
I really regret not taking a picture of it.
Yeah.
But I was drunk. So I was just like, okay, I need to fix this. And I grabbed the finger and just popped it back. And then now it's been fucked for, I think it's been a year now.
Yeah.
So it's never going to be the same. It kind of goes back and forth.
Yeah.
And then everyone told me, you have to go to the doctor. You have to go to the doctor. And then I went to the doctor eventually. I told him, hey, my finger's fucked. I know you can't do anything. And then he said, yeah, I can't do anything. Why are you here? And then I said, yeah, that's what I told them. And then they said... Yeah, bye.
Well, now you can go and tell all those assholes that
Yes.
made you, was it your girlfriend or was it a friend? Or
It was the people at work. Yeah, my girlfriend kind of got it that, you know, you can't do anything about it. But yeah, so now that finger's fucked. Like everything else, every other finger has good like mobility. I have like a good mobility, but this one just doesn't.
Yeah.
And then I can do like weird shit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I have almost the identical...
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, so a thick, like, the joint is really thick.
It's really thick. But I got this when I was a boy. I was a gymnast. I was a tumbler.
Oh, shit.
And I landed on my finger out of a back handspring, a backflip. And it just like, and it was a pretty similar thing. And I just had to fucking popped it back in and went straight back to training, man.
Right, yeah. So I popped it back in, got a beer, and then watched the rest of the concert.
What concert was it?
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they're really, really fun band to mosh pit to. And my first time at their concert, I really enjoyed it.
Was that in Oslo?
No, it was in Stavanger. So I was visiting Stavanger with a friend, watching the concert, and then, yeah. I stayed for the rest of the night. We drank beers, had fun, and then when I woke up the next morning, it was like triple the size.
Yeah, I can imagine. But that's a party injury. Like
it's
that
a party
happens.
injury.
It's
yeah,
it's
and
a concert injury.
It's just the life, but it kind of sucks because I've gotten into like bouldering and climbing and stuff, and then when it really hurts, I can't do pull-ups. I can't really climb. And that sucks.
Yeah. Oh well, worth it, bro.
Such is life.
Such is life.
It's an okay story.
But listen, like, if you get through, like, how old are you now?
I'm 28.
28. And if that's the worst kind of injury that you've sustained, I'm not sure if it is.
Oh, I've got some concussions that probably
okay, that's way
I've
worse.
done some damage.
Yeah, okay.
And then a prolapsed back.
Oh, I was trying to make you feel good.
Yeah, no, this is the least of my worries, really.
You're
I have a fucked up back, a fucked up knees, my shoulders kind of fucked.
Oh shit! And are these all? These can't all just be like festival or party injuries.
No,
this
it's
is like
mostly working out bad. Well, the first like the back stuff and knee stuff was not working out at all and being really heavy. I was really fat.
Yeah.
And then once I walked like a Preikestolen in Stavanger. It's like a really nice hike. It's a 2-hour hike up and then it takes about 40 minutes down. And I was walking down. My knees hurt so bad. I started crying and I have to just stop. I was considering making my parents call the helicopter to airlift me down because my knees hurt so bad.
Wow.
Then I got down. I went to the doctor, and I told the doctor like my knees hurt too much, and he just said, "Yeah, you're too fat. Work on your being fat." I was like, "Can't you do anything?" "No, you're too fat. I can't do anything."
You give me some medicine?
Yeah, just give me some painkiller or something. It's like, "No, you're too fat."
How old were you?
I was like 15, 16.
Wow, that's such a direct message to get from the doctor.
Yeah.
But you needed to hear it.
I needed to hear it, but it didn't work. I started losing weight at 17, though.
Okay.
And then I lost about 50 kilos over the 2-3 years.
50?
Yeah, it was 52 kilos.
How much did you weigh?
140.
No!
And then I lost 52, so I got down to 88. Wow. But then I was like sickly thin. I was really fucking skinny.
Wow.
I had a eating disorder at that point. I ate like 1,200 calories a day and ran at least a 10K and lifted weights. And I pooped. I think I pooped once every 2 weeks because it just wasn't enough. There's
nothing to push out. Your body needs all of it.
Yeah. So so now I'm at about 100. I was 108 just now. So my healthy range is about 100 to 110.
Yeah. You know what I think about you, bro?
What?
Pound for pound, funniest blue belt in Norway. Yeah, that's what I say. That's what I think, bro. Pound for pound, funniest blue belt in Norway. That's it.
Yeah, I enjoy that. You giving me that compliment.
Yeah, of course.
I'll just stay a blue belt for all of time.
Yeah, because pound for pound, I'm the funniest purple belt, son. So no promotions for you.
I'll never get promoted. I'll never get around a promotion.
No,
I've been a blue belt for too long. So
and just so you know, like you feel free to say us as much as possible.
Oh yeah, us, shaka, bro. Us, bro. I've never used us.
You don't use it?
No, back at my first gym, they used us.
Okay.
It was when they did the techniques and stuff, and then everyone's like "oos," and then we started.
Beautiful.
But that was because we had the Brazilian coach. He was really Brazilian.
Yeah.
But now no one. I've never met no gym I've trained at in Oslo does the us.
Yeah. Okay. Dude, I do the us all the time at Frontline. Yeah, me and Alvaro, we us it up.
Oof.
We us it up.
Us.
Us.
It's a nice sound.
Us.
I like the shaka.
Yeah.
I enjoy this one. Unironically, I really enjoy the shaka.
You do it. This is like pretty, I think, the international sign of like a cool dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you grow up, you see some Hawaiian surfer guy just going fucking hang loose, man.
Hang loose, bro.
The waves, dude. It's awesome. So every opportunity I get to say us, I say us.
Okay.
If my kid goes, hey, can we play FIFA? Us.
Us.
Us. And they're like, they are sick of me saying us.
Right.
They are fucking sick of it. Just say yes, Dad.
Yeah.
And I'll say us like at like school meetings and parents, like, you know what I mean? Like, has Indy been doing her homework? Us. She's like, I'll do it, you motherfucker.
How old is your kid?
I have one that's 14 and I have one that's 6.
Oh, shit. Okay. Does the 14-year-old do jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For almost 10 years.
Oh, holy fuck.
Yeah. That's the thing that she's been consistent with the most.
And she actually enjoys it?
Yeah, she enjoys it.
Okay, sweet.
You know, I have to be careful about not projecting too much of my enthusiasm onto her experience.
Right.
So she doesn't like it when I'm there because I did go through that phase where I was like the coach dad.
Right, you're like the helicopter dad walking around.
Exactly. Inspiring. I'd be like, work on that, grab the underhook, the far side arm. And, and she goes, listen, if you want me to do jiu-jitsu, I need to make it my thing. And you can't come and watch anymore.
It's a really adult thing to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a smart girl.
It's a smart girl. And I realized that I was the worst kind of parent in that sporting environment. And it wasn't because I had like any kind of, you know, it was just that I love it so much. And I feel like I just want to express that and project it onto her. And I need her to fill up her, she needs to love it, not just hear me saying that. Yeah.
I find myself doing the same thing with my girlfriend where when she just started jiu-jitsu. And then when she's rolling, I get like, and I start yelling and stuff, and it's not good.
It doesn't work because when you started jiu-jitsu, nobody was there telling you what to do. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah, it's super annoying. Just let me figure it out. Let me get choked.
Exactly. You have to get choked. You know, I was thinking about my jiu-jitsu experience because I have some friends that also just recently started. And they started doing beginner classes at Frontline. And it's like they just do positional sparring. It's not very hardcore. You're there with beginners. And I thought that is the best way to learn.
Yeah.
The absolute best way to learn. And like when I started like 7 or 8 years ago, I just got thrown in. Like I didn't even have a gi and I'm sparring like for 30 minutes and I got fucking smashed.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way to really scare people off.
Yes.
Because the amount of like the retention rate from like when I started, I think is much lower than it is now.
Yeah, and then you get very easily injured, especially when you're new. You don't know how to roll and stuff, and then you're fighting against like a move you shouldn't be fighting against. Just go with it, and then you're fine. But you fight against, and then you get injured, and then you're fucked.
Dude, somebody burst my appendix with a knee on belly.
Oh, holy fuck! How does that happen?
I don't know, but I went to jiu-jitsu and I got like knee on bellied, and then I had a pain in my tummy, and my girlfriend goes, "You need to check that out." I went to the hospital. They're like, "We need to operate immediately."
Fuck.
I know, and I'm one of these fucking stereotypical meatheads, right?
Of course,
like,
yeah.
I don't want to go. You know, it's just a jiu-jitsu thing. I rolled today pretty hard, babe. Yeah. And she's like, "No, let's get that checked out, honey." And I'm so glad I did, because they like performed it as an emergency operation.
Yeah. Did you hip up into the knee or something?
No, I don't know, man. I think he just, maybe it was like bound to happen. Yeah. And then like the knee on belly just kind of accelerated it, right? Or kind of, I don't know, but it was like, listen, being on the bottom of knee on belly with somebody who really knows how to target their weight, like 100 kilos just on one small point of the knee, it is brutal.
That's not good.
It's really, really, really traumatic.
Yeah.
And so that happened to me in like, I don't know, it must have been like the first 6 months of training or something.
Right.
So I only went back because I was so in love with it.
Yeah.
But I can see how that would scare a lot of people off.
Yeah, the biggest drawback from jiu-jitsu is the injuries. It's really easy to get carried away, and then like my problem is I get really carried away. I train a lot, and then I get injured, and then I realize like I can't keep doing this, because then I'm gonna be fucked I'm gonna be in a wheelchair by 30.
Yeah,
and then I have to like ease off for a while, and it doesn't get consistent enough.
You'll be in a wheelchair, but you would have tapped that guy out 2 years ago.
I'll fucking kill him 2 years ago before the chair. I kill that guy.
Yeah. It's such a stupid payoff. It's so stupid. But we all make that mistake. I find myself in a situation where I'm like, I think he's got me in this triangle. I think I can get out of it. Oh, it's deeper. I mean,
it's popping. My neck's popping. But no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not choking yet.
I'm not tapping. I'm not tapping. But the move is to tap early. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Like if they've got it, just fucking that's it. Tap early and live to fight another day.
I've learned that. Recently, I had a knee thing. I was rolling with a guy that we've been rolling. We were about the same size, so it's nice to roll with him. We were rolling, and I had him. I had the back mount, and then he turned over on his stomach, and then something popped in my knee, and just like pop. And it kind of hurt, but I'm so warm, it doesn't really like, my mobility was there. Yeah. So we kept rolling. And then after the roll, I was like, oh, this is weird. I walked around a bit, and then I did a couple of more rounds. And then when I got cold, my knee was completely fucked.
Stiff?
Really stiff, really hurting. Just, I couldn't turn my knee inwards.
Okay.
In any way.
Yeah.
And then I tried going back for like an advanced class, like 2 days later. Just be like, oh, I'll just train light. And then they were doing all leg locks.
Oh,
and holy I had to just be an adult and just say, I'm sorry, I'm injured, I can't do this, I have to leave now.
Yep.
And then I left.
Yeah. You know, the crazy thing about that is it takes more discipline to do that.
Yeah.
Than to continue with
just
the class.
Power through.
Yeah. That's the real discipline strength, is being able to say no, because it's so addictive and it's so fun, and you will fucking meathead your way through it. Like, you will train
I'll make it through.
Yeah, you'll do it, and you'll regret it afterwards. So having the discipline to recognize that in time, I feel like is a real strength that it's.
And luckily, I had a training partner who was just like, "This is not a good idea, man. Yeah, you don't seem like you're enjoying this." And I was like, "Yeah, it's not a good idea. I should probably leave."
Yeah, was this is not recently? This
was before the summer.
Okay.
So I've had the entire summer just kind of rehab my knee.
Yeah.
And now it's really now I can actually stretch and stuff. So that's really nice. So now I'm hoping to go back on Thursday, like tomorrow.
Oh wow, cool. Train. That's great. So
try it out.
You're good.
See how it works. Yeah, hopefully.
And did you ever get it checked out? Was it an LCL or anything?
I'm afraid to go to the doctor, and then they say you have to operate. So I try to just do as much rehab as I can. As long as my knees work and I can rehab them, then I do that. So I've had a lot of issues with my knees, and then I found like rehab exercises, and then I found knees over toes guy.
Yeah.
And that's really helped my knees.
Backwards walking sleds.
Backwards
and
walking,
Nordic.
sleds, doing a lot of split squats.
Yeah.
Just strengthening everything around.
Yeah.
And now they feel really like my knees feel better than they ever been.
Okay, good.
Before I used to run a lot when I was losing the weight. I found running. I really enjoyed running.
Yeah.
But then I didn't do any like rehab exercises for my knees. So at one point I woke up every morning, and for about half an hour, it took half an hour before I could bend my knee.
Yeah.
Because it kind of locked up. And then I'd get it warm, it could move, and then I'd go for a run. Which was just a really bad idea, because then I completely fucked my knees for a really long time.
Yeah.
But there's the point where you should just be like, this is not a good idea. I should rehab my knees, do some other exercises, and then come back to running. But I really enjoyed going for long runs, just putting on music or an audiobook, and then just running to see how far I could go.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a good idea.
How far could you go?
Well, the longest I've run is just a half marathon. I didn't do like super long runs.
That's 21, 22?
21.
Yeah.
But I could do it pretty fast. Like back in the day, I was pretty fast at the half marathon to be like a big guy.
Yeah.
Now I'm not running really fast, but I'm really enjoying running again.
That's good.
Just listening to music and running around. And
you get into a groove, man, and it's just like meditating.
Yeah.
It's like you go into the Zen mode, and then like you reach a point and a pace where you feel like you can just do it forever.
Yeah, that's the
sweet spot.
That's the beautiful sweet spot where I'm just really enjoying life. So my goal for next year, sometime, I told my girlfriend that I do this, and then she's been reminding me that I want to do like an ultra.
Oh, damn!
Like about 60 kilometers. Just try it.
Yeah,
because you know you can just for someone just a little bit faster than walking for a while, and then try running again, and then I just want to push myself through. That's just hopefully I'll have healthy enough knees to do it.
Yeah, well, it seems like you're doing the right protocol, and if you keep doing these
slowly
other
building
stuff, and
I'll just
yeah. Damn, you want to do an ultra marathon? So that's just this thing, like a kind of life goal. I want a bucket list kind of shit.
Yeah, just to prove to myself.
Yeah,
I like I build confidence from doing stuff I don't want to do. Like things that really hurt at the moment, but when you're done, you have that really like mestringsfølelse. So I want to do that stuff just to get that confidence, because I didn't grow up as a very confident guy, and I found like training and stuff, and that's what gave me confidence that I could do stuff.
Okay, so you went from, because since I've met you, I've always interpreted you as being somebody who's extremely confident. And in our experience together, and I've seen you perform on stage in front of a huge amount, you know, you're like, and I listen to you and I go, oh wow, this is a really confident guy. But that
comes from training and proving to myself that I can do things. And then also just realizing that nobody really gives a shit about you. So then you can kind of be confident.
Yeah.
Just being like, okay, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Really.
So you got the confidence from exercising and proving to yourself that if you want to do something, you can do it.
Yeah. And then also finding meditation, just putting away like negative thoughts, non-productive, horrible thoughts. So I find like like a healthy self-hate is important. You should be critical of yourself. That's important, but not to the point that it's detrimental. So a really like depressive, fucking terrible mindset guy when I was younger. I really didn't want to live it anyway. The only reason I kept living was because I didn't want to make my parents sad. That was the entire point. And then I found just like, okay, let's just fucking do some stuff. And then slowly built confidence, realized that people don't really give a shit. They don't really think about you. Because in my head, the anxiety and depression kind of made me think that everyone's judging you at any point, at all times. And then at one point, I just realized I'm mostly thinking about myself and what others think of me. Most other people also do the exact same thing. They don't think about you in any way.
No.
So that kind of built that up. Okay, I could do whatever the fuck I want. Nobody's watching. Nobody's watching. Nobody gives a shit. And if they give a shit, they give a shit for like 10 seconds. And then they think about something else.
Yeah.
So then I just kind of slowly built up and then found confidence and then started training. And then studying and
You know, the thing about that is that nobody's watching, but the person that is watching is you.
yeah.
So I always think that like I need to do things for myself. I need to do things that I am proud of myself doing.
Yeah.
And that's how I kind of generate my own happiness and my own self-worth. And if I go, I'm living up to my potential because I did this stuff like this and nobody's paying attention, but you're looking. And I'm the person that I'm trying to impress.
Right.
Basically.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a good mindset to have. Like just impress yourself. Just prove to yourself that you can do stuff.
Mm.
And then doing that stuff over time, and also realize that doing stuff over time is the best thing.
Consistency over time.
Consistency over time is the best thing. Don't just go out and run an ultra and then you're done with it.
Yeah.
And then you're injured and you're fucked. And then just have a project.
Yeah.
Start building towards a blue belt or stuff like that.
Yeah, okay, so you went through this phase where you were really unconfident and then basically, you know, it sounds like you were kind of suicidal and didn't want to live.
Oh, yeah, directly suicidal. For some point, I cut myself. I did all of that.
How old were you at this stage?
That was 16, 17, 18.
Oh, so that lasted several years.
Oh, yeah. My suicidal started when I was 11.
Really?
Yeah, that's when I realized, like, I don't want to live. And I had like suicidal fantasies and stuff from about 11 till maybe like on and off. Consistently till I was about 18, 19. I stopped cutting at 18. I realized that this wasn't a healthy way to deal with these emotions and stuff. And then on and off depressive episodes up until like 24.
Wow, that's okay. So that's
most of
your life.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, so that's been like a consistent thing in my life.
Wow.
Which I think is just my brain is kind of somewhat off balance. And then that's why I also have to do stuff kind of extremely to feel happy or feel fulfilled.
Okay.
But now at this point in my life, I'm like at the happiest I've ever been. Now when you're out of it, you just can't really... I can't understand why I would want to.
Yeah.
But when you're in it, you can't understand why you would want to live.
Yeah, I got you. And like at the age of 24, when you got out of it, I mean, they say that the brain develops, the neural cortex is
like 26.
Around there.
Yeah.
So you went through this, like, I guess your brain chemistry is still figuring itself out. And then I'm guessing that like all the inflammation and being overweight and all that probably had a negative impact on your biology. And I don't know what it was like if you were getting teased at school or if you had all these feelings about, I don't know, not fitting in, you know, all that kind of stuff. But there's always a lot in that teenage developmental phase.
Yeah. It's a horrible fucking phase in your life. And I think back to especially like high school, in Norway, the ungdomsskolen, 8th to 10th grade, when you're like 13 to 15.
Yeah.
Those are like the most horrible, like I fucking hated those lives and those years. And when I looked at other people, I was like, oh, they're enjoying it. And then I've talked to them later. Like talked to them like 3 months ago. And I was like, how was high school for you? And they're like, oh, it was horrible. I fucking hated it. I was like, you were popular.
Yeah.
So, no, I hated my life.
Wow.
So it's just, you're super hormonal. So I think you need like activities and stuff that keep you going.
Yeah.
And then realizing that it's gonna go over.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna pass. You're in a super like volatile state.
Yeah.
When you're a teenager.
Yeah.
And it's gonna pass.
Yeah, you have to understand that it's transitional.
Yeah, it's really transitional.
But you are right. Now that I'm thinking back on my own like childhood, like 13, 14, and 15 was horrendous. Absolutely horrendous.
Because then a lot of the people haven't really like they haven't developed proper empathy yet.
Nah.
But they know how to be mean.
Real mean.
Like really fucking mean.
Yeah.
And then everyone like you're trying to find your hierarchy and where you are, and then you're just fucked.
Dude, speaking of real mean, I went to a Maori boarding school, right? So I was raised in Australia, and then one day I went swimming. We skipped school and we went swimming at my ex-girlfriend's swimming pool. She wasn't home.
Okay.
And my buddy threw a bottle of beer through the neighbor's window.
Oh.
The neighbors called the cops.
Right.
We left. I left my school book there.
Aye.
The cops came, school book, and then my ex-girlfriend's parents, they didn't like me.
Of course.
And they said, we're going to press charges, but My dad goes, you know what? I'm going to send him to boarding school for a year, get him out of Australia. So I go to this Maori boarding school, which is filled with other kids that got sent there because they were also bad.
Right.
So
you're just with a bunch of bad kids.
Criminals, basically. With a bunch of Maori criminals who are like gang members, like blood members, Crip members, people like that are like, you know, robbing stores with shotguns and like really hardcore criminals.
Fuck.
Exactly. So they're all gang membered up. And they're all real bad, and they're all black or dark, and I was white.
Yeah.
So that wasn't like a very pleasant experience.
No.
And I remember that at that phase, I was 14. I was 14 and I turned 15 there. Oof. And they were so mean. I remember we used to have to shower together. I remember this like one really traumatic experience. I was in the shower, and the bully came in. And he was with 3 friends, and then they started spitting on me and pissing on me and beating me up whilst I was in the shower.
Jesus Christ.
I know, and I remember just being there, like just crying, and they were smacking me and pissing on me in the fucking shower. And then I just go, what the fuck, man? Like, and it lasted for like 5 or 10 minutes. And then just, you know, and you just can't do anything. And you're naked, and they're naked. And I'm like cowering down whilst the dudes are pissing on me.
Deeply traumatic experience.
Extremely traumatic. And I was powerless to do anything about it.
Yeah, of course.
Because they're older than me, they're bigger than me. And
there are 4.
There's 3 of them, 4 of them.
Jesus.
So like I went through like, and that was just one of many of these experiences. The school eventually ended up getting closed down because all of these cases came to justice, came to light, and the education board looked into how the school was being run.
Right.
And they said, you guys at the administration are doing a terrible job.
Yeah.
So they closed the school down about 3 or 4 years after I left.
Okay.
And I was like, I was so happy that they did that because it was a system that was 150 years old that was run on a hierarchy of bullying.
Okay, so how was the school set up?
The school was set up so that like the older kids had power under the younger kids, and after 4 or 5 o'clock, there were no adults. So after 4 or 5 o'clock, it was all just kids monitoring the younger kids. And they didn't monitor
bad kids monitoring other bad kids.
Yeah, exactly. So after 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, you didn't see a fucking teacher or an adult. It was all just like, you know, Lord of the Flies type shit.
That's not good.
It's not good at all, man. They used to like do attacks when we were sleeping. We'd sleep. They'd come in and like flip your bed up, like punch you and kick you when you were asleep. Like you could not, there was no safety anywhere. Like zero safety.
I find it so weird that people send people to boarding school when they're bad, when what they really need is more like supervision from their parents and people that kind of love them.
Yes.
To like properly get them on the right path.
You need more focus and more attention.
Right.
From people that love you.
Not to be sent away from the people that love you.
Exactly. You need to be held closer and fostered and nourished and be told that you're good. Be told that like we can channel that energy. But the thing with me, I didn't throw the bottle.
No, you were just at the wrong place at the wrong time and left your book.
That's it. That's all I did.
And then you went to a year of terror.
And that's it. That's what I went through. And so I always grew up with this like sense of unjustness.
Yeah.
I always felt like it was unjust. And like I didn't do anything wrong, and here I gotta fucking pay for it for a whole year. And every time somebody hit me or somebody bullied me or somebody kicked me or beat me up, I always felt like I'm paying for this because of something that I didn't do.
Yeah.
So like that sense of like unjustness has like been with me ever since that age. And when I developed into a man, I had that sense of like, okay, we are not going to be unjust to other people.
No.
Like, we are going to like be really fair because you went through something that was really traumatic, and you don't ever want to put anybody through something that they don't deserve.
No.
But what also happened, like when I got back from New Zealand, I started training combat sports.
Yeah.
I don't want to ever be in that situation again. So then that's where I basically started like developing my lifelong obsession with being able to protect myself.
Yeah.
And then that manifested itself with like Kung Fu lessons and Thai boxing and boxing, and then now Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
So like those formative years and those negative experiences, they end up having this impact on the rest of your life that is going to be with you and form all the decisions that you make.
Yeah, yeah.
So it sounds like, you know, that's what happened with both of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was never beat up. I just kind of felt like people thought I was fat. And then I just kind of internalized that.
Were you bullied?
Well, when I was growing up, I felt like I was bullied.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of people I was friends with, but they didn't really include me and then kind of talked me down around other people. So I kind of felt like ostracized all the time.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, it was not directly bullying, like not in any physical way, because I was bigger than most people. I was just kind of, I internalized everything. So I didn't like express anything. I just kind of internalized everything, and it just in a bad mindset, and it just kind of built over time. So I think I was just set up to not have a good time, and then the second something kind of went wrong, or I felt I was not included, it just kind of spiraled out of control.
Yeah.
So that was my like weird experience where I didn't have your super traumatic getting beat up naked in a shower
And pissed on.
and
Yeah.
spit on.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, I just didn't have any confidence in any way. And I have great parents. I have fantastic parents. And I just wasn't built to like kind of deal with that youth time. But I'm now I've used that to kind of build my own life, and I'm enjoying it now.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Like, that's what I was thinking, that like, because when I look at you, I think like, here's a guy that's fucking doing things that are awesome that I love. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing stand-up comedy. Yeah. You're doing jiu-jitsu. You do the radio. Yeah. You know, you did Theater Tasha. Yeah. And you have a gym. You make TV shows, man. You fucking do Dota. You're in, you know, you develop concepts and star in concepts and do things that you like. And I gotta think that like, you created the person that you really wanted to be and became that person.
Yeah, I had a lot of time to kind of figure out what do I want to do and what do I want to spend my time doing.
Yeah.
If I actually, like, what do I have to do to kind of want to live, to have a purpose? So I think I spent a lot of time thinking about that. And then I also found comedians' podcasts. And then I found Ari Shafir. Yeah. I listened to him a lot. And then he kind of influenced me a lot about thinking about stand-up and art. And then that just kind of spiraled, and I was really lucky to get the job at NRK Fjärde Etasje, and then having a really like good environment there at work where it was really creative, and they were really like pushing people to try to do stuff and make stuff. And then I could bring along Mohammed, my good friend, and then we could make Duro. And I was really like lucky to be able to like do these stuff that I really enjoy doing. And now I get to do like morning radio. I really enjoy that. I find it really fun. Yeah. It's hard to stand up, like get up in the morning, but that's life. That's life's hard. I haven't really thought about it like that, but it's a really good point that I've spent that time to learn that what do I want to do with my life, and I'll do that. So I'm in I've got a degree in like computer science, and I did that just because I felt like I had to do something. I was good with computers, and then my father is like kind of demanded that you have to get a degree. So you can't be a stand-up comedian. That's not a job. So you have to be able to like försörja familjen. You have to be able to take care of your family, and that you have to have a real job to do that. Yeah. So I did that at the same time as I did the stand-up, and I knew that I'm gonna get the degree. I'll have that as a backup plan, but my real plan is always to do stand-up. And then I've been lucky enough to just kind of grind myself through and then get the job at Fjärde Etasje, and now I get to live doing what I want to do. Yeah. So I'm really grateful to be able to do that. And now I live in Oslo, and I get to do this podcast with you, and I've got a great girlfriend, and it's great.
Yeah. You designed your life.
Yeah, I'm living the good life.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Dude, I love hearing that, man. Like, I really do. Because I know, like, there's a lot of fucking people, that, like, including us, that went through these, like, dark times, and then knowing that, like, you can use that to focus on what you really, 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 really want to do, and then work towards accomplishing that. Yeah. And accomplishing that takes 10 years.
It takes a lot of time.
It takes forever.
There's a lot of downtime, a lot of fucking rough periods in there. But as long as you know like what your goal is, and then you're consistently working towards that goal, you're gonna get there or somewhere close to it in some time. Yeah. Like my big goal was I want to be a stand-up comedian, and I want to tour. I want to tour as a stand-up comedian. That's what I want to do. And then when I started doing stand-up, I toured around a lot. I traveled. Didn't make any money. I just traveled a lot out of my own pocket, doing a lot of stand-up. And then I got the opportunity to work at the NRK. And then I figured out that, this is actually what I want to do. I want to do something creative with people I like talking to and making stuff with.
Yeah.
And then using that as a base to do stand-up on the side. I don't want to... I've realized that I don't want to tour my entire life doing stand-up because touring, I don't have my home gym. I can't wake up at home. I can't eat as healthy. Like, I have my own kitchen and stuff.
Yeah.
So then I realized that living in a hotel, traveling around doing stand-up, it's fun. But as long as you're not with your friends or people you enjoy being with, it's a hard time doing that.
Yeah.
You're just completely alone. It's a nice idealized concept, but
Yeah.
I really enjoy being with people that I creatively vibe with and then making stuff with those people. That's
you have a creative home base.
Right. And then I can travel and do stand-up. That's really nice. Like, do that 1-2 times a month. It's really nice.
Yeah.
But having like the safe base and then working out from there.
Yeah.
It's a lot nicer.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree. Do you know who Victor Patrascan is?
I've heard the name.
I'm gonna show you. I don't normally whip the phone out during a podcast, but I feel like you need to see this. Yeah. I'm gonna show you Victor Patrascan's schedule that he just posted for his upcoming tour.
Okay,
you ready for this? Have a look at those dates.
Oh Jesus, fuck!
Exactly. He is basically booked almost every single night for like the next 5 or 6 months in different. Have a look at all those cities.
Jesus.
Yeah. That is like everywhere, all around Europe, Eastern Europe, everywhere.
Holy shit! I mean, when I was younger, when I was starting stand up, this looked like the dream.
Yeah.
But now when I'm looking at it, it's like I'd have a panic attack.
Yeah, right. That gives me anxiety looking at that. But that's his thing. He loves doing it. He travels all around the world, and he just does that. He just did Asia. He just did Australia and New Zealand, and then by the time he goes all the way around, it's time to start again. Oof. New tour. So he was in Oslo last year, and he'll be in Oslo again in like October or something.
Yeah.
But that's his thing, man. That's his dream, and he just travels around.
He likes that. I really like traveling as well, but then I'd like to not be on the road every night.
He's on every night.
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it either because I'm the same as you. I like having my like routines and like my girlfriends and like my gym and like my friends and and that's kind of. I feel like that gives me a sense of belonging.
Yeah, like stand-up isn't my entire life.
No.
Exactly, like it takes up a lot of my mind, and I really enjoy it. Like I couldn't live without it.
No.
But I couldn't only do that.
No.
Then I'd become severely suicidal.
Yeah.
I'd probably write really good jokes.
Yeah,
but
that'd be epic.
I wouldn't be happy. I'd be a really good comedian, but I wouldn't be happy in any way.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Yeah.
It would fucking all praise to Victor.
Right. But he's just built differently.
Yeah,
that's his jam, man.
Yeah.
That's his thing. He just loves being out there in a new city every night, figuring it out with the bus station. This is a new hotel room.
Yeah.
Like, who are these guys? Where are we? Let's fucking go. He lives for it. That's his thing.
I just fucking hate hotels.
Yeah.
I lived in the Netherlands for like 1.5 years working as an engineer. And then I lived in hotels because it was a Norwegian company and I had to fly down. And then I lived in hotels for 1.5 years. Just doing stand-up every night because I knew some people, so I could do a lot of stand-up. But I was in the office that day. I went by the hotel and then went out to do stand-up. And that was just every single day. And it was a horrible monotony being in that hotel room. I was just dreading going back to that hotel room, not having like a kitchen.
Yeah.
So everything was takeout, and it's really nice for 5 days, and then it starts taking a toll on your mind.
Yeah,
really badly. So I was really happy being able to be back in Norway when COVID hit.
Yeah,
and then just have really like okay, and then moving to Oslo was really fucking nice. I love Oslo.
So you moved to Oslo in 2020?
Yeah, in July of 2020.
So were you doing Fira Tasha
So I was flown back during COVID in April.
Yeah.
When Erna said everyone has to come home.
Yeah.
I went home and I lived with my ex-girlfriend. So I stayed there working as an engineer, just at the home office. And then I got a DM on Instagram from Fjerde Etasje that asked me to apply for a new position they had because Jonas Lihaug was quitting.
Yeah.
And I was kind of just, it felt weird because I knew Henrik Farley and I knew he worked there. So it was just like, I sent him a message like, hey, what's it like working there? And blah, 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 blah. He said, it's a really nice place to kind of develop yourself. It's a lot of work, but it's a nice place to develop yourself. So me and Mohammed made an audition tape, like a sketch.
Yeah.
And sent that in. And then I had 2 interviews and they said, you can have a job. And then I moved 2 weeks after.
Yeah.
I moved to Oslo.
Yeah.
And then just started in NRK.
All right.
So it happened really quick.
Yeah.
So then I moved up and then I've been in NRK for 3 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 years now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
really
good.
nice. I really enjoy NRK.
Yeah.
I think they're fucking great.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome, man. I've done a few things there, and it just seems like it's a good environment. And I mean, I know everything's kind of changing now, though, right? I mean, with the Fjerde Etasje's.
Yeah, Fjerde Etasje is done.
That's done.
So that's gone. But they just the entire NRK, especially with the young people.
Yeah.
They're so good. Like the young people that work behind stuff, they're just so fucking talented and really good at their jobs, and they really like burn for what they do.
Yeah.
So you get just so much good input and so many people that really want you to put out good content.
Yeah.
So you get just a bunch of people that know what they're doing and that are open to suggestions, and then you just hash it out.
Yeah.
So it's just a really nice place to just work stuff out.
Yeah, okay.
It takes a lot of time. It's a big, like, it's a giant corporation, so
yeah,
it kind of the big knock on them is that you can pitch a podcast and then it'll take a year before you put your first episode out.
Yeah.
Because there's just meetings and then workshops and meetings and another, but in every one of those workshops and meetings, you kind of get a good perspective, especially from the young people.
Yeah.
And like the immediate people you're working with are really, really talented.
Yeah.
So it's a couple of thousand people that really know their jobs well and that want to make fun stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a good environment to work in. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it sounds good. You know what I was thinking about? Like when Dirter came out, I guess it was the big, whenever it was, end of last year or beginning of this year, or maybe it must have been last year.
Yeah, it was last year. Yeah.
Yeah. When Dirter came out, I watched all the episodes in a row.
Oh.
And I remember watching a lot of them.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking that, like, what you did in that show was you played a character that allowed the other actors to do all the funny stuff.
Yeah, that was the point of the entire thing.
Exactly. And I was like, oh, this is Karsten's show, and he is playing the straight...
I'm the straight guy that you're playing off.
Exactly. And I remember thinking, oh, that's kind of dope, because instead of like being the guy that's like doing all the entertaining, you let all the other comedians and actors have all the funny, comedic thing. And I was like, I thought that was dope. Yeah,
because I really enjoy being entertained.
Yeah.
So we wrote all the sketches that the Roar, the door guy, was going to be the really cold. He's not the funny guy in any way. You're playing off him, and then I could get all the funny people I like to play the roles that I was imagining them playing.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of rounds on that, and Mohammed especially, because I really liked Mohammed's character in that show.
Yeah.
I fucking found it so funny. And he was like, don't you want to have something funny in here? So I said, no, that's not the point.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the straight guy,
yeah.
Everyone else the crazy guy. So
yeah.
I'm just the base that everything funny comes from.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that role, and I really enjoyed playing, recording that show, because it's really hard for me not to laugh.
Yeah.
In the entire thing, it was just me cracking up all the time, and we had really bad time, not a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I remember our director was really like, okay, Karsten, you you can't laugh at it because this is the one take we have.
Yeah.
You can't laugh now because we need to move on. We can't move on. So it was a dream playing that and doing that show. I really enjoyed it. I really hoped for a second season. Didn't get one.
Yeah.
Well, haven't heard anything, but that's NRK.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed making that show with Mohammed and writing it, and that was a really fun process.
Yeah, you guys killed it.
Thank you.
Killed it, because the episodes were like 2 or 3 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
And you had like some incredibly ridiculous scenes.
Yeah.
Like with Malena Stavrum and
Martha.
And Galta.
Yeah.
There was so many. And, it was Alexander Bastiansen. And I liked, like, at the end of the credits when he came back. Like a callback. I go, that's a callback.
Yeah.
You put a callback in there.
We actually had him written into every episode. He was the guy that always came by in every episode, and we just had one more round. And then for the last episode, he was supposed to get in. And then we had to just cut it for time.
Yeah.
But that was the fun thing. I really just like, we're going to have this callback. This is the guy, the one red line.
Yeah.
Except for the doorman and the bar owner.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed just getting my friends that I find really hilarious to play roles that I imagined them playing. And then letting them, like giving them a script and just saying, this is kind of the red line. Do what you want with it, but this is where we're going.
Yeah.
And then them just improvising and having fun with it.
Yeah. No, it was ridiculous. Like some of the like, like how far out it went.
Yeah.
Some of the I love that it went there. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you're watching things and you go, all right, bro, where we going?
Yeah.
And you go, oh shit, you went there.
Yeah.
Nice.
A lot of those sketches are based off reality stuff I saw when I worked as a doorman in Stavanger, especially like the episode about that Henrik Fladseth is in, where he has stolen the wheelchair, and he comes in and he tries to like get in. I saw that when I worked as a doorman. Someone had parked their electric wheelchair, and then was sitting at the Beverly Hills Fun Pub in Stavanger drinking.
Yeah.
And then some drunk guy just walked in, sat down on the chair, and then just took off with it. And nobody stopped him.
Oh my God.
And then about 15 minutes later, there was a giant like search for this guy who just rolled off with a wheelchair.
Oh my God. What an asshole.
And the entire, Mohammed's entire character was based off one bar owner in Stavanger I met.
Yeah.
Who, it's in the show where he walked out and he told me, you're not going to let any immigrants in. And I told him that's illegal. And he said, I'm Indian and I'm telling you, don't let brown people into this bar. And I was just like, that's completely illegal. I can't do that. And then he just he got mad at me for not being racist.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. But that's the bar business in Stavanger.
Yeah. Shit, Stavanger's a wild place.
It's a wild place.
It's a wild place.
Yeah.
Like I've been there a few nights and like fucking people know how to fucking throw down in Stavanger.
Oh yes, it's like, the one place where I can and Paul Ronalv, a comedian, told me this, that Stavanger is the only city in Norway where I genuinely feel unsafe at night. Like where you don't know what's gonna happen.
No.
Like you could just walk into Burger King trying to get a burger and you're gonna get punched.
Yeah.
Just because somebody felt like you walked past them in line.
Yeah.
I've seen some insane shit.
I didn't know it was violent.
They can get pretty violent. A lot of the people, especially like the boys that don't get laid. And then they're kind of frustrated, and then they're at Burger King, and everything's closed, and they haven't got a nachspiel with some girls, and then they're just like, okay, well, I'm going to start a fight then.
Yeah. Yeah, but guys that don't get laid are a problem everywhere.
Yeah.
Isn't that a problem? Like, for some reason, like, dudes that just build up all the testosterone and they don't have, like, any kind of recognition from females, whether it's, like, for a night out or whether it's in life in general, and they develop into this, like, kind of weird incel character.
Yeah.
Then it's like things kind of start going awry.
Yeah,
you know? This
and
isn't
then
healthy.
The desperation for that, you can kind of smell it.
Yeah.
So that's when you're like, you need to find some other hobbies, something else to do in your life that kind of gives you like not the stench of extreme desperation.
Yeah, it's gross.
Because that's also why those guys don't get laid, because all the guys that like they walk out on the town, they're gonna get laid tonight because they go out with that intention.
Yeah.
They're not gonna get laid because
You just need to go out and have fun.
there. Yeah, go out, have fun.
that's the
If you
move.
meet someone, you meet someone.
Yeah.
Really nice, but
Yeah.
you don't go out and then just like, we're gonna fuck tonight,
Yeah.
and then it won't happen.
Nah, because and when you see those dudes that we're gonna fuck tonight, dudes, you're always like, but you're just trying to go up to girls on the dance floor. You're not hanging out with your boys.
No.
You guys aren't having a good time. What you really
Not at
need to
all.
be doing is you need to be like saying, we're having a good time. Look at the positive energy and the good time we're having. That's what women are attracted
yeah,
to.
women will come over. If we're looking, we're like, we're having a good time, we're
Exactly.
laughing, we're having fun,
Yeah.
then people would join in.
Yeah. And the thing is as well, like those kinds of guys don't have many female friends.
No.
Because they already tried to fuck them and they
Yeah.
got like weirded out. But like the best move if you want to meet women, I think, is to have a bunch of female friends that you develop a friendship with over time.
Yeah.
And then you go, hey, do you guys want to come out together and have fun? And then other chicks go, look, he's not a complete scumbag with those chicks. Maybe he's an okay dude.
Exactly.
They never get it.
No.
They never fucking figure it out.
I find it really weird, the guy and girl gangs. I find it that's a weird thing here in Oslo. Like especially in school, I feel like a lot of people in Oslo, they're the guys and the girls, and then they meet later.
Yeah.
But they're the guys and the girls. Whereas when I grew up, we were a mixed gang.
Yeah.
Like, my friend group was 3 girls and 2 guys.
Yeah.
That was us. We really enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun, and then that friendship built over time.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
Super nice. And then you actually learn how, like, that women are people and that everyone likes different stuff. And then you're not, like, caught up in that Andrew Tate's weird masculinity.
It gets real weird, man.
Gets
This
really
power
weird.
dynamic with this, like, you're the man, that's your place is up here, and it's like, it seems kind of wacky.
Yeah. No real relationships are like that.
No, they're not, man. Like, I feel like I don't know. I'm in a very happy relationship now. I've had a lot of relationships that didn't go well that trained me to be better in relationships.
Yeah.
So I've had, I've never really been that guy that's like out trying to have one night stands. Like I'm not, not like successful at that.
No.
But I actually was really successful at getting girlfriends. that
Right.
I ended up like loving and that loves me. And I liked that. So I fucked a lot of those up, in my teenage years, in my 20s, in my, but going through all of them and every single relationship that I fucked up in, I learned something about how to be a better boyfriend.
Yeah.
And now I have a girlfriend that I'm going to be together with for the rest of my life. And I think she has benefited immensely from all of the failed relationships in the past.
Yeah, it's a trial and failure thing. Like you're not
Totally.
gonna be perfect from the first try, but you have to go in with the intention of I'm gonna love this person. This person's gonna love me, and let's figure it out. And then you're gonna make mistakes, and you're gonna realize that we don't really match.
Yeah.
Like I've had one really serious girlfriend before. This girlfriend, we were together for 5 years, but then we realized like this. We don't really match. Like we want different things with our lives, and then it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
And then I learned from that, and then I learned to like kind of set expectations for like just be clear in my communication about what I want, and then what they want, and then see if that matches.
Yeah.
And then I found a fucking fantastic woman.
Yeah. And everything kind of matches.
And everything kind of matches.
Yeah.
Like I want, like my girlfriend isn't a comedian and doesn't work in showbiz in any way.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Me too.
I don't want anything. I don't want to date people I work with. I don't want to have that awkward thing where I've slept with someone and then we're at the same bar and we're with the same people and we're in the same like circles.
Yeah. No headshots. No headshots.
No headshots.
If you have a headshot, it's not gonna work.
Exactly. Yeah. No headshots. I want a proper job. Like she's a highly educated woman. I fucking love it.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
She's got a real job.
A real job
yeah.
that actually contributes to other
To
parts of society.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like she actually contributes to
Yeah,
society.
like my girlfriend's a nurse, and I go, you're doing something.
Yes.
Did you save a life today? She goes, I actually did. I go, wow, you know what I did? I wrote 3 minutes about Barbie.
Yeah.
She goes, what I'm doing is not important, but
No.
you saved a human being's life.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They make actual difference in the lives of people.
Actual difference, like huge differences.
So I really enjoy that. Just knowing that I don't want to date in my social circles, especially not within like comedians or an actress or anything like that.
No. Yeah, I don't want to either, because I feel like I should be the craziest person in the relationship.
Yes.
And if there's two, it's like, oh, what's this weird thing about who has more followers or who's this or who's that, and I don't want to get into that.
No,
I feel
want
like
a stable, beautiful relationship.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's what you want.
And you also, I mean, it's all fucking glory to the people that actually live with comedians and like deal with it. Because we're not easy people to deal with, especially when we're like, I'm going out tonight because I need to do a set. I'm just, weren't we supposed to have a dinner or blah, blah, blah. But it's just like, no, I have to do this set. I have a new joke. I have a new 3 minutes about Barbie and I have to go bomb about. And then you go do that. And then you come back and they're like, I have to go to bed now because I have work and to actually contribute to society.
Yeah. But I hope your 3 minutes about Barbie went great.
Did it go well?
The dinner's in the fridge. I made it and ate it by myself. Yeah, no, it is like all respect. And like, I think that like if you have, as a comedian or a creative person in whatever your pursuit is, if you have a solid relationship with somebody that's understanding and compassionate and supportive, then it is really like a launch pad.
Yeah.
And without that, if you have the opposite, if you have a combative relationship at home, it's going to be very difficult for you to succeed.
It's going to be really difficult because you're going to have like you're going to be guilted out of doing stuff and then not like developing yourself.
Yeah.
And if you're not happy in the place you're at, you can't really work from there.
No, you can't at all, because you have enough struggle and conflict outside on stage in your own head, trying to work up the courage to perform against a lot of anxiety and nerves. And you need your house to be like a sanctuary.
Yeah.
You need your house to be like a really safe space. I was in a relationship once, and this is when I was kind of like really into developing my love for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And I would be going to jiu-jitsu, and my partner at the time just did not like it. Like
okay.
And then I'd say, like, I really want to go tonight. We're doing, arm bars and all this. And she's like, oh, you go, you do you. You do you.
Yeah.
It was like really passive aggressive.
Have fun about it.
And then I would like, I realized that like the passion that I channeled a lot of my energy into, which was jiu-jitsu at the time, she actually didn't have an equivalent of that.
Right.
And she didn't understand that, like, why whenever we went on holiday, I would want to pack my gi, and we'd go somewhere and be like, hey, I think I can do a training session there. They're like, oh, I thought we were. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So then it became this competition between, she thought that my love for this art form was taking away from my love for her.
Yeah, she found it like as a competition.
Yeah.
Instead of a thing that fulfilled you, where when you came home, you could give more love because you kind of got that thing out.
Exactly.
You got to like do this one thing you needed to do, physicality with your body. And you could think about it, and then you could go home, you're chilled out. You got to do that training session.
Yeah.
And then you can actually like be with them.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about something that you just reminded me of, because I think you might understand this. Is that like I know that you sweat a lot.
Yeah,
I've heard you
fucking sweaty, man.
I heard you talk about that on Armin and Mouse podcast.
Yeah.
And you sweat a lot, and they did it on Yudul, and they talked about your sweat.
Yeah.
But I have this kind of feeling, or this realization that like inside of me at the beginning of every day, there's a certain amount of like fear and negativity and anxiety, or like some kind of toxic negative behavior that is released through my sweat.
Yeah.
And once I've sweated all of that out, it's almost like I've purged myself of all of these negative thoughts and feelings and emotions. And the sweat stinks. Like my sweat fucking stinks.
It does?
It stinks.
Oh shit,
bro! Like it's nasty. Like
mine doesn't smell the first sweat, but if I sweat the second time, then it's fucking bad.
Yeah, right. So I'm thinking that all the stuff that comes out that stinks, that's bad, it's kind of like this, whatever it is, man, like this imbalance in my hormones or whatever it is, but it gets released in the sweat. And if it doesn't get released in the sweat, it's inside of me.
Yeah.
And then when it's inside of me, I go home and I'm negative, and I'm less confident, and I'm more anxious. But by releasing that, like you said before, I can be a better boyfriend. I can be a better dad. I can be a better colleague.
I get those negative thoughts out. I have that same thing where I have to sweat every day.
Yes.
I have to do something that gets me sweating every day, and then I know like my mental health is going to be on point.
Yep.
So if I don't sweat, if I don't work out for, it doesn't have to be more than like 3 days. Then my suicidal thoughts come back.
Yeah.
Like, really fast.
Yeah.
So I have to keep that consistent.
Yeah.
And then as long as I get that good sweat in, I'm really happy. I'm really good. I get to and I really enjoy that, sitting down on the couch. You've sweated out. You can sit with your girlfriend in your arm, and then just really love them.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Whereas you're not just sitting there with them, but you're not there in your mind.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking about that thing you did do, or that thing you did do that you're kind of regretting about, instead of just working it out, get that frustration out of your body, and then you're done.
Yeah. Yeah. Get it out.
I think it's really important.
Yeah, you know, sometimes if I don't have the opportunity to go to the gym, or if I realize it's a certain time and I got home and I got the kids and I got this and I got that, I'll just go into my bedroom and I'll close the door and I'll do as many push-ups as I can.
Yeah.
I'll just go, you know what? I'm fucking not stopping until I can't move anymore.
Yeah.
I'll do that, and then I'll give it another couple of minutes, and then I'll do it again. Usually I'll do it 3 times, and it gets a lot less the amount of reps that I do.
Yeah.
But afterwards, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
I just go, wow, okay, I really needed that. I can be a better dad now. I'm more patient. I'm more tolerant. I'm an all-around better person.
Yeah, I think it's really important. I think it's been throughout the years, it's been kind of downgraded as an important thing. You need to eat more like this, or you need to make that amount of money, and then you're happy, instead of just use your body a lot. Get your sweat out, treat your mind well, do some meditation or some grateful stuff, and then you're going to be pretty happy in whatever situation you're in.
Yeah, you're right. There has been so much focus on materialism and getting money and get paid, check out the Lambo, check out this, check out that.
I need that jacket. I need those, that new purse, or that those shoes.
Yeah.
Whereas, and then when you get them, you're happy for half an hour, and then it passes.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're just consistently just kind of sweating it out, you don't really give a shit.
You need to realize that you're the product.
Yeah.
That you are the thing that you want. And I've been into that trap, man, where I've researched a watch or something. I'm like, oh, look at this, look at that, look at this. And then I save up and then I buy it. And I'm like, oh, it's just a watch.
Yeah.
Or the new iPhone.
Right.
That's another one. You know, for a while I was buying a new iPhone every fucking year. And then
you did?
Yes. And then I looked at it, I go, it's actually, I can't really tell the difference.
No.
The camera's a little bit sharper.
Yeah, it's a tiny bit sharper, and then the screen is kind of different in some way. I have this, this is my first iPhone. I've had it for soon to be 3 years.
Yeah.
It's been really nice. I enjoy it. When it crashes, I'm going to buy another one.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then I have AirPods. I like them. They're nice. When they crash, I'll buy some else.
Yeah.
I don't really need anymore.
No.
I don't need the new stuff. I was caught in that trap for a while.
It's easy to get you. It's
really easy to get you.
Yeah.
And it's fun to have new stuff.
Yeah.
But now I try to stop for a little while before I buy more new stuff. I really need some new stuff. Now I've got all my pants have holes in them.
Yeah.
So then I'm just okay, now I'm going to buy 2 new pants.
Yeah.
And then I'll spend some money on that and get those, and I'm really happy with those pants, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
I got one pair of shoes that I'm going to be nice to.
Yeah.
And I'm going to enjoy them.
Yeah.
And then I'll wear those till they get fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And then I'll buy some new ones.
Yeah.
My watch has been broken for 2 years now, 1.5 years. It still works.
Yeah.
I'll fucking wear it till it dies.
Yeah. That's such a refreshing attitude. You know, I love that for myself as well, because I went through that phase and it didn't lead to happiness. And now what leads to happiness is taking care of things.
Yeah.
It's giving things care and energy. We got these plants. Our friend gave me and my girlfriend some plants. Right?
Oh, it's so nice.
I know. We have these 2 new plants, and it's I got to move them out of the sun.
Yeah.
I got to give them some water here. I got to put them back in the sun a little bit, but not too much. And it's really a metaphor for what you give attention and love to.
Yeah.
And now I'm starting to realize that the things that you give attention to and love to, it's not really a commodity that it's kind of like an infinite commodity that replenishes itself. So like
Yeah.
if I'm giving you love, or if I'm giving my dog love, you give me love back. My dog is. It's this circular, recyclable commodity that probably the essence of reality is built up from.
Yeah.
Like where you give something positive attention and love, that blossoms, that grows. So whether that's like your plant or your relationship or keeping your watch in good shape. And that's what the plants have kind of become for me.
Yeah.
This symbol.
Yeah, I really enjoy watching my plants being healthy.
Yes.
So I recently had a situation. I was on a vacation. I went for like a caravan vacation with my girlfriend. Really enjoyed it. And I was sitting at home trying to figure out like an irrigation system because I was going to be gone for 12 days. So figure out some way to give these plants water for that period. And I had a new plant where we bought was tiny, and then in 3 weeks it grown to like this size. I was really proud of that plant. Really enjoyed that plant. And then I was talking to that about that with Mohammed, my friend, and he said, don't worry about it. I'll come by and I'll just water your plants every 3 days. I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I go for my holiday, and about 1 week in, I get this feeling. I'm just like, I don't feel like Mohammed's done anything yet. And I send him a message, and I'm just like, hey, have you watered my plants yet? And it's like, no, I'll do it tomorrow. I was like, oh, okay. And then it goes about 2 days, and I send him another message like, hey, how are my plants doing? I haven't been by. I'll go by tonight. And then I go to bed that night, and I'm just like, oh, fuck. Oh, I had this feeling in my stomach like this is not going to go well. And then I sent him the message the next day, like, how are they doing? I was like, oh, they're fine, bro. I gave them some water. And then I come home, and then fucking 4 of them are entirely dead.
Oh,
and they're so fucked. And I'm just like, why did you tell me that you could water them?
Yeah.
And then why did you also tell me that they were fine? Because then I come home, and they're just fucking dead as shit.
Yeah.
And I had to throw a lot of them out, and that was just a giant it really hurt because I'd grown those up. Like I was like those, and I give them names, and I really enjoyed them.
Yeah.
But most of them survived. Some of them are starting going a bit yellow, but I'll try to figure it out. But I still haven't completely forgiven Mohammed for that.
No.
I still love the guy, but I can't, every time I get tricked by him.
Yeah.
Like, he says stuff with such confidence that I'm just like, yeah, of course, you'll take care of my plants. You don't have a tiny child and 15 jobs you have to go to.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't do it. And I fucking,
yeah, motherfucker.
It hurts.
You said you'd take care of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every now and again, you just got to spit in his coffee or something.
I'm gonna do that. I think so. Yeah. Oh well. I got my revenge. I got my revenge recently. So now we're fine. I sent we sent him some angry messages in kind of a joking way, and he responded in a joking way. Then we had a nice back and forth, and then I just kind of edited with, I still love you, but I'm disappointed. And he's just like, yeah, I understand. Yeah. And then we're done with it.
Yeah.
I love that guy, but don't get him to water your plants.
Don't do that, bro.
No.
Or you make a John Wick movie about plants.
Oh, ooh, that's a good idea.
yeah. Dude, how's your comedy going? You doing a lot of stand-up? What's your, what direction are you moving in? Are you...
I'm trying to do more stand-up now. I'm going to be doing julelatter.
Oh, you're doing that?
Yeah, so I'm going to do that for 2 months. So that's going to be a rough
Dude,
rough 2
they
months.
sold so many shows last year.
Yeah.
With Marius Torrekildsen and Nora and Vidar. Wow. Okay, so you're going to do that.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that for 2 months, which is going to be really intense.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to, I have enough material for an hour, but I want to spend some time to actually build it to a more fun thematic hour.
Yep.
So I don't want to just do this is my 1 hour of jokes.
Conceptualize it.
I want to kind of make it into not like the Edinburgh, this is 40 minutes in, now we're going to cry thing.
Yeah.
But more like a fun red line throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense. Just like Hans Magnus' show, Rätt i Penala. I really enjoyed that show.
Me
It's
too.
like a really fun, super fun show that kind of made sense.
Yeah.
So I want to do something like that, but then I'm going to I don't want to rush about it. So I've got time.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend some time writing on it. I'm going to need to start writing more. That's my one thing lately. It's because of radio and stuff. You have to write you don't have to write for radio, but you have to come up with stuff all the time.
Okay.
And I'm not good at using that energy. Well, I felt like I've depleted that energy when I'm done with work.
Gotcha.
So then I just want to do other stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get back into doing more stand-up and more new stuff.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoy when you've got a new bit. I really enjoy working on that bit and then just honing it and making a fun 10 minutes out of that bit.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
It's a process.
It's a process.
You gotta fucking do that 10-bit. You get the 10-minute bit 30 times.
Yeah, you do. And I really enjoy that process. I fucking love that process. But when I'm done with the 30, I often just go okay, well, I'm done with that. And then I'll move on to something else or do some other stuff. And then, yeah. So I need to just kind of do more. I want to travel a bit more. I love stand-up. It's my one big true love. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to get more into it. I'm doing I did a corporate gig yesterday. And
that's right. I saw the story. You went to Stavanger?
Yeah, I went to Stavanger for 6 hours to do a corporate gig. And then I'm doing a Mert Aslan show tomorrow. And then some stuff. Just trying to... Because you can't really do experimental weird stuff at the Julelatter. You need to do established, well-tested material. So I want to just establish some good jokes that will showcase well. Yeah. And then I also I'm not really... It takes a lot before I get really tired of a joke where I'm just I need to throw this away for all time. I really enjoy having a joke and making people laugh. I really enjoy the reaction of the crowd. Yeah. And that makes it kind of new for me, where I can kind of switch out some stuff or some premises or some stuff in it. So I'll try to do more of that until Julelatter, and then after that I'm gonna fucking throw those 15 minutes away and then do something completely different. Yeah. But I really, it's my big one true love. Yeah. That kind of keeps me grounded. Yeah. And that I've told NRK that I need to be able to do stand-up. If I can't do stand-up, I'm not going to be able to do well at my job. Yeah. I need to have that release of doing a show. Yeah. It's really important. Yeah. It's the fucking best and the worst. Yeah. It's the fucking absolute worst when it's the worst. Yeah. But it's fucking so nice.
You know what? I'm starting to care less about things that go wrong.
I need to learn to do it. I can when I know that it wasn't when I really know it wasn't my fault, then I'm not as hard. But if it's my I didn't prepare well, I fucked up the premise of the joke and stuff. I get really I get hard on myself. Yeah, I get really hard on myself, and I need to kind of get out of that. Yeah, and then also because I the self-hate kind of lingers, so I hate listening to myself or watching myself. Yeah. So I need to get better at that because I know I get a lot better when I listen back to my jokes. Yep. But it's just I fucking hate it.
That's brutal.
It's so bad. Yeah. Oh god damn, it fucking sucks so bad. But I need to just get into it. Yeah. So normally when I need to listen to my jokes, I go for a walk because I need to curse.
Yeah. Scream into the void.
Yeah. Just go fuck. What was that? Yeah. And then just yell at myself. Yeah. And then it kind of lands.
Yeah. No, I fuck up a lot. I've a good set. Yeah. I can do very good material. I've a very solid 15 minutes that I've been crafting that's very good, that'll succeed 99% of the time. Yeah. But I don't want to do that 99% of the time because I'm not growing. Right. So I understand that in order to grow and to become better, you got to try some shit out. Yeah, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. Yeah. And what I try to do is separate myself from the joke. It's not me that I'm sure it is. It's not me that didn't work. It's the joke that didn't work. Yeah. And there's a separation between me and the joke. It's I don't love every fucking Tupac song, but I like Tupac. That song just didn't work out.
That's a really good point.
Right.
That I really need to put into practice.
Yes.
Because that's where I find stand-up to be the most brutal art form, where when people don't like your jokes, or like when people don't laugh and you walk off stage, those people didn't like you. Like when they talk about it, they didn't like you.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when a band plays and they're just kind of bombing, every time between songs, people clap, woo, and then they walk off and they're just like, that band kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But they don't say, that guy was terrible.
Mm-mm.
But when you fucking bomb like crazy and you walk off stage, those people look at you like, we don't like you.
Yeah. I understand
I need to kind of, because that's why I really hate doing stand-up in front of people I know.
Yeah.
As long as people don't know me, I'm fucking happy to bomb. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But when I know I have to look at those people in the eyes next week, that hurts more.
Yeah.
Because then I know those people think about that.
Yeah.
But it's really important to,
I don't give a
separate
fuck.
yourself from the jokes. That's the
joke.
most healthy
That's
way
It's
to
not
do
you.
it.
You tried a new joke, or you tried
Yeah.
a joke in a different way. Or
It's way more healthy.
Exactly. Like I got to separate. I've fallen into that trap, and but for me, the worst trap is not trying new shit.
Yeah.
For me, the worst trap. Like I did Muhammad's show on Friday, the behind the news or whatever, and the whole second half of that show was the audience just picking a topic and then you riffing on it for 5 minutes, and. I mean, everybody did pretty badly at that.
Yeah.
I mean, the audience had a good time and they knew what we were doing. But
Yeah.
like you watch those videos back and you go, oh my God, I can't believe I did this.
Yeah.
But you learn for next time. You go, you know what? I gotta adjust this and maybe I do this a little bit too much. And it's kind of tough to watch. But it's like doing a jiu-jitsu roll.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, you know what? Maybe I should have hip escaped a little bit more. I really got to work on controlling that left hand. And you just feel it like that. You don't go, I'm terrible at jiu-jitsu because I got choked out by a brown belt. You know, it's just like, okay, figure it out.
That's a really good point, because I don't like when I have a bad day at jiu-jitsu, I'm not like, I'm a terrible person.
No.
But when I have a bad day on stage, I'm like, I'm a terrible person and I fucking suck. I should quit comedy right now. I have that thought a lot. Like, why do I do this?
Yeah.
I have the entire existential crisis, whereas I should just stop up and just go, okay, that didn't work. Let's try again next time.
That's it. And it's like what I said. If you're not trying, you're just doing the same old shit forever and ever, and you're not growing.
Yeah.
And that's really important to keep in mind
really
too. Because I had this conversation with Jonas on the weekend about the comedian skill tree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I look at Jonas as so much further advanced on the comedian skill tree than I am. And he's unlocked stories. He's unlocked crowd work. He's level 3 with joke writing. And, you're only ever going to unlock that comedian skill tree if you get XP.
Right.
And the only way you're going to get XP is by trying shit in the game to try to unlock that skill. And, that's it. That's how I look at it now. So I'm trying to just climb the comedian skill tree and unlock skills.
Yeah.
Through XP.
That's a gamification of the stand-up is a good way to do it. Yeah.
I'm a character.
Yeah.
In a fucking pretty dope PS5 game.
Yeah.
And, I want to get the platinum trophy.
Yeah.
And I got to grind for a lot of hours.
That's a really good point. I'm going to take that with me.
Yeah.
Because I need to... I need to get more confident in it, because I enjoy writing. At some days, I enjoy writing and just sitting down and just trying to write out a big. I like when I come up with a new premise. It's normally a 5-minute joke. I'm bad at the one. I did the one-liners for a while, but didn't really. I like the working out from a longer story and then finding the jokes throughout the story. I really enjoy that process.
Yeah.
But then having the confidence to actually test it. To go up and just be like, okay, this might bomb for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's just fucking do it.
Yeah.
And then at least maybe it's interesting.
Yeah. You know what I do what I started doing? I do a couple of jokes and then I go, new joke. Okay, let's do some new jokes.
Yeah.
And I let them know.
Yeah.
I let them
you
know.
set the premise.
Yeah.
Because that's what also makes Muhammad's show work with the riffing.
Yep.
Muhammad hopefully sets the premise that now we're just going to riff.
Yeah.
So it might be fucking horrible or it might be good. Let's just try it out.
Yeah.
So then the expectations are way lower.
Yeah.
So then that's why, a nice open mic
Yeah.
can be way more fun.
Yeah.
Because the crowd is just like expecting new stuff or bad stuff.
Yeah.
And then when something good comes, it really like pops.
Yeah. They go, huh, wow, we saw what you did.
Yeah.
You just made that up? That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, nah, man, it's this beautiful art form that I'm in love with, that I keep working towards and figuring out as I go along, and doing podcasts with comedians all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I learned so much. You know what I
Right.
mean? I have you, I have, whoever else is going to be there next time, and whoever else was here last time. And I just like kind of, hey, how do you do that, bro? Like, what's your thought about this? And then they say shit that really sticks with me.
Right.
And I'm like, I can't, like, think about like you and me sitting down. There's no other opportunity that we'd really get to sit down and fucking have this conversation. I mean,
No.
even if we're on a fucking plane or whatever, sitting next to each other in the car, there's so many other distractions.
Yeah.
So like, when I'm talking to people that have more XP in something that I really love, I like their perspective becomes so valuable to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good point. I really enjoyed this talk. This gave me some motivation into my further writing of premises.
Yeah, that's good to hear, man. Me too.
Yeah, because I really enjoy making a premise work.
Yeah.
So it's just finding that love again.
Yeah, and I think you're great at comedy and storytelling as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love your stories.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have to live those stories to write them.
You gotta have some more adventures.
Yeah, I need to.
Yeah.
But I'll find them.
Yeah,
I'll find them. They show up.
Dude, we're gonna wrap it up. But what I usually like saying to the guests before we end is there anything else that you want to mention, or is there anything else that you want to say to me or anybody? Is there anything else that's kind of?
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
I look forward to getting to know you better,
Yeah.
and then also to your knee works, and then we can roll.
Yes,
I'd like that. That would be
me
fun.
too. I would like that very much.
And then I'm saying it to the camera. I'm gonna do an ultra run sometime in my life, and I want to get a purple belt.
There you go.
Boom.
You put it out there to camera
Put
one.
it out to camera one. I fucking looked right into your eyes and I said it. So I'm gonna try it out.
Perfect, man. That's awesome. I support you
Thank you
100%.
for having me.
All right. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Mwah.